My friends, what is going on? I am live. I am back in action. And hopefully we can get some people to pop on here. But if you did not see the title was How My RBF Almost Got Me Detained in Ireland. So hopefully we can get a few people popping on. But guys, I'm back. We've been back for a little over 24 hours. Just a little bit of jet lag coming home, but we broke up our trip from Ireland by flying into Boston and flying back into Boston from Dublin, and I think that really did help us prevent the jet lag. So before we get into today's topic, let me talk about my RBF, and most of you have heard that that's resting bitch face. Well, when you're a guy like me, it's resting beard face. So let me tell you a little story. So if you don't know, Jacqueline and I just got back from 2 weeks on our dream vacation from Dublin, Ireland, and we left 2 weeks ago. So we did an overnight from Boston to Dublin in business class, and that was fucking sweet. And what happened was we did an overnight. So we landed in Ireland about 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. And yes, guys, for you guys popping on, my RBF is not my bitch face. It's my resting beard face. Okay. So this beauty almost got us detained or deported in Ireland. So Jacqueline and I, we did our best to sleep on the plane. We were in business class. They had the beds that lay down. It was fucking fantastic. I highly recommend it. I got a little bit of sleep on the plane, and we get off and we have to go through customs, right? We're in a different country coming from America. And so they have us go to this gal, and, they start asking you questions, and literally the first question she asked me, she did not like our answer. And it set off this chain reaction of this Irish lady who I'm going to call Karen. We found the only Karen in Ireland, guys. Jacqueline and I found her. I'm surprised she didn't have a fucking mask on. Just completely fucking unloads on me. And she's not really focused at Jacqueline. She's focused at me. And she is literally, guys, yelling at me. Okay? And if you guys don't know who I am, I do not take kindly to bullshit. I talk directly. I speak truth. And it's here. There's no in between. There's no noise in my communication. I'm authentic. I'm real. And for whatever reason, this Irish Karen just fucking unloaded. And so, we're trying to answer her questions, and she keeps fucking asking questions, and I keep trying to answer, and then she comes at me and says, "You're not letting me finish." And I mean just like that, guys, right? And so I know I'm in a different country. I already feel vulnerable. When you talk about situational awareness, I already feel vulnerable, right? We just got off the plane. We're 3 time zones ahead. We're tired. We're excited. And this is the first fucking person we meet is the Irish Karen. So I literally, guys, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the beard. I don't know if it was just because I was American. I don't know if she's not getting laid at home, or maybe her ex-husband had a beard. I don't know what her shit was, but it was not good. So we're literally just answering any questions she asks. I hand over my phone because our itinerary was on our phone. It was 73 pages. Our itinerary was 73 pages. And so she looks through it. And I mean, for me, you could ask my wife, but I was calm, right? But I speak directly. Even though I'm calm and I was very, very agitated inside, I was still calm for me. My wife knows this, and we had this conversation after. So, but basically I just I was sitting there thinking, I was fuck, we spent all this money on our dream vacation. We're either not getting in and they're going to send us back. They're going to detain us and send us back. Or who knows? Like, it's a totally different country, different laws, different rules, all that stuff. So I just don't know what it was, honestly. But we ended up getting through, and that was the worst person we ran into right off the get-go, and we had a fantastic time. Jacqueline and I will be doing a deep dive. We're going to record the podcast tomorrow, and we're just going to talk about our time in Ireland. And, you know, it may sound like something you may not want to listen to of, oh, why would I want to hear about your trip? But there's context behind it. It's how we're able to connect more. It was, you know, some of the discussions we had, some of the things we ran into. But all I can say, I'm fucking happy to be home in America. Despite America being a complete shit show, I'm happy to get home from Europe before World War III starts, let me just say. So, with that, what I want to talk about, obviously it relates to Ireland. So I was there for 2 weeks, and guys, it was hard for me. It was hard to be so disciplined in what I've been doing the past 4 months now, and be so laser focused and on habits and routines and targets and everything that I'm working for. It was literally hard for me to turn it off. So it took me a few days. And so obviously the level and the intensity that I live my life daily, I could not do in Ireland. Why? Obviously Guinness. No joke. That was our goal. Our goal is to be together, husband and wife. We're going to connect. We're going to do something we talked about doing for years. We rebooked it 4 times, spent thousands of dollars. Like, we really spared no expense. So we literally just traveled Ireland together. We were in Ireland for 12 days, and did just that. But this is why I wanted to talk about it, because our habits, to me, from this trip, it just showed me how much our habits are literally walking the line, but how important they are, which is kind of contradicting. And what I mean by that is my lifestyle now and the lifestyle that I'm coaching and training other men on, it's an obsession. And I've talked about this before, where, like, if you take working out, and I used to view it like this. I used to view working out as something I have to do. Right? I have to work out to be healthy. I have to do this if I want to stay in shape. I have to eat a certain way. I have to do all these things. But it's not about having to do it. You have to become obsessed with it. And so that's why being in Ireland really showed that to me. It showed me that by not doing those things, this framework that I've set up, it shows me that it truly is an obsession. It's an obsession for me to keep pursuing these targets and these goals and these impossible things that I've laid out for my life. So it's really a conundrum when you go and do things like this. So the story is, hey, what's up, Mike? Oh, hey, what's up, Mom? It's a silver fine line, not a silver line. It's a fine line that we walk, because what ends up happening is, so I could not live to the intensity while I was in Ireland. Obviously, case in point, we had to eat out every day. That was really hard for us. We cook 95% of our meals at home. So we had to eat out every day. And so I automatically had to downgrade and change the frame in which I was living in while we were in Ireland, which was, I can't have the same habits. I can't have the same routines. I can't have the same level of intensity while I'm here. So it took me a few days. So I created basically a routine that was there that I could maintain. And some days I did, and some days I didn't, guys. I'm being real with you. And I actually got really fucking pissed one day about it was like the third day in because I think because of the time change in my app, I thought I had completed everything and I didn't. So that pissed me off because I was on like an 80-day streak or something like that. So, but it's fine. I started over. It's all good. So what that means is, that is what I'm trying to help men recognize is that these habits that we create and we forge within ourselves and make them an obsession. That's what you guys want, right? You no longer want to look at your lifestyle as something you have to do. Hey, what's up, Gates? You don't want to look at it that way because whatever it is, if you're making a target and you want to pursue that, it can't be viewed as something you have to do. It has to become an obsession because otherwise you're never going to have that type of transformation. You're only going to change, and guys, change is temporary. How many times have you said, I'm going to work out, and you do really good for a month or 2 months or 3 months, and then you go on vacation like I just did, and you eat like shit, and you drink every day, and all that stuff, and then you don't go back to what you're doing. You put the weight back on, right? Or you fall back into the same patterns. That's change. It's not transformation. And so that's what I mean when I've created an obsession for myself where literally we weren't even home for 4 hours yesterday and I'm filling up the damn cold plunge because I had not cold plunged for 14 days. That killed me. We almost cold plunged our car when we're in Cork and they had downpour, but that's for a different time. So I really want you guys to understand that it's that thin line because this is what happens a lot of the times, and I've done this myself, is if you wait after you've done something like this, like I did go on vacation, you're going to lose it. I could have easily come home yesterday and said, you know what, I'm going to start on Monday and not do this weekend. I was up at 5 a.m. this morning. I've cold plunged. I'm about to go work out. I'm back in it because it's an obsession. But if I waited, then it starts to slip away. And now you've crossed that line. And now 3 days turns into a week. 1 week turns into 3 weeks. 1 month turns into 6 months. And then you get back into that same pattern and you fall behind. So you have to look at these things like an obsession. So, but yeah, so that was kind of one of the biggest takeaways for me, being on vacation with my wife for 2 weeks. It was fantastic. Like I said, we're going to be dropping a podcast. We'll drop it this upcoming week. We're going to record it tomorrow. But we're just back in the swing of things, guys. Like we are, just back to where we were before. And, I don't promote drinking Guinness every day, but it was fantastic. Let me tell you. So, but with that, guys, it's full tilt. For me, it's full tilt. I'm doing my live, did my cold plunge. I'm going to go work out, did my stack. I did my meditation. I was up at 5. Like that is the level of intensity you got to have if you want to really have transformation. And it doesn't matter what area you look at. Body is really easy. Working out is really easy to pick on because we all deal with it, right? Like there's really far and few between people. We all know that guy that can eat like complete shit and just be, fit, but he's not really healthy. So, it's just one of those things. It's super easy to pick on because we all go through that cycle. And here, even in America, like the weight thing is just out of control. And so, but yeah, so back in the groove, back on the grind. Part of this, that's the other thing I want to talk about. Part of this process for me was the reignition of the things that I put in place. So when I say it was an obsession, like it's an obsession. And being separated or removing myself for 2 weeks from what I've laid out to do has only reignited the fire and made it burn brighter and bigger to what I'm going to be doing. So I have a lot of things in play with coaching. I can tell you guys, I don't have the exact date, but I'm going to be launching a 12-week program out the gate. 12 weeks out the gate for men on how to fucking weaponize yourself as a man in all areas of your life. Hey, what's up, Peter? Hope you're well, buddy. But I'm going to be launching a 12-week program that's going to be limited spots. I don't know the date yet. I'm really basically doing all the framework right now. I'm working all of that out. I'm getting all of that laid out. So as soon as I have that, I will be putting that out there. But I'm basically looking for about 10 dudes who want to go through this, who want to weaponize themselves, who will have a tailored 100% customizable battle plan for your life every day. This isn't going to be some regurgitated fucking life coach bullshit that I see so many times on the internet. Oh, here's a routine, do this, and you'll succeed. No, that's not what I'm doing, guys. This is something that's completely tailored to your life. It doesn't matter what your profession is. It doesn't matter if you own your own business. It doesn't matter if you're having marriage problems. It doesn't matter if you're having business problems. It doesn't matter if you're having body problems. I don't need to know your problems because I have the framework and the tools and the weapons to give you, no matter what your problem, no matter what your pain or your pit is, to fix it and get the fuck out of that pit. So, if you're interested before I launch this, send me a DM. But like I said, I think the number is going to be 10 dudes. You can send me a DM and I will hold your spot. And as soon as everything's lined out, I will get it out there. But if you're interested, send me a DM. Like I said, I'm looking for probably about 10 guys. So, but with that, guys, glad to be back from Ireland. Glad to be back in the US of A, no matter what kind of bullshit's going on. So anyway, guys, I hope you're well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm signing off.